ओके सो हे गाइस दिस इज इजी यूपीएससी। माय नेम इज समितेश। सो आज के इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे थ्योरी ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में। सो एज यू नो वी वर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट अरिस्टोटल्स पॉलिटिकल थ्योरी, एंड इन दैट इन द लास्ट लेक्चर वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट थ्योरी ऑफ फॉर्म एंड द थ्योरी ऑफ स्टेट. नाउ what was the theory of constitution and how it was related to theory of form and theory of uh, state. So we will discuss about that. Now, first of all, I am not going to provide you any notes in this particular lecture because I think explaining the content is more important than providing you notes. So I'll try to explain you very deeply about the theory of constitution so that you can grasp the real concept and you can get better with the further thinkers like Machiavelli and Hobbes and Locke. So we will discuss about them later on. So let's begin with this video. So first of all, what was the theory of form of Aristotle's? So as we see that form of any particular matter is immanent inside the matter. What is the meaning of this? So basically, let me give an example. Suppose this is the mango seed and it wants to become a mature tree. A mature tree, you can make it. So this form, this capacity of becoming a mature tree is inherent inside this seed. That means the perfect form of that mango seed is immanent inside that particular seed. So if a person is want to become a just person, want to become a perfect just person, so he don't have to think transcendently, as Plato discussed that if you want to know about real meaning, real definition of justice, you have to think transcendently. You have to think towards something else which uh, unimaginable, sorry, which is not drawable. Like you can't draw that thing, you can't make that thing. You have to think about that, you have to imagine about that. But Aristotle contrastingly talked about that the perfect form of any particular thing is inside that matter. That means if a person want to become, let's suppose this is a person and he want to become a just person, what he has to do? First of all, that justice, the virtue of justice is immanent inside him, and he has to travel. That means not a physical travel, that means a psychological, you can say, or mental travel. That means he has to think that if I want to become a just person, I have to inculcate, I have to inhibit justice in my life. And for that, he has to inculcate, he has to adopt, he has to bring justice at each and every point of time. Whatever activity he is performing, he has to do that with the justice. And if he is doing that, what he is doing, that means he is reasoning that what is that thing which will provide him happiness, which kind of virtue will provide him happiness. That means the ultimate teleos of a person is happiness, or ethical person, you can say, or ethical person is happiness. And if he want to get that happiness, the tool is to inculcate a ethical virtue, whether it's liberty, whether it's justice, whether it's equality, whatever he think that whether it's a courage. Like suppose he think that courage will provide him happiness, that means if he'll become a courageous person, that will provide him happiness in his life. So he'll try to inculcate courage, that practice courage, and ultimately at the end of the day, he will be able to he will be able to make courage a habit of his own, not fully, not 100%, but partially, 50% or 60%, because Aristotle always talked about middle path, not a perfect path, because perfect form, because he was not a perfectionist like Plato. He was following a principle of golden mean. So as we discussed about when we are talking about the similarities and differences between Plato and Aristotle. So that was the theory of form. now now what happens now कि जब हम बात करते हैं थ्योरी ऑफ स्टेट के बारे में, तो हम थ्योरी ऑफ स्टेट में ये देखते हैं कि जब एक पर्टिकुलर पर्सन है, वो अपनी नेसेसिटीज़ को, ही वांट टू फुलफिल हिज नेसेसिटीज़. सो what he does, he actually make a family. But family is very limited arena. that in family you don't have independent choices. You have to follow a certain path. That means you have to work for your sustainability, for procreation, and that's why you can't do this reasoned action, as Aristotle suggests in the theory of form, that you have to do reasoned action, reason plus action, to inculcate that virtue inside you. So family in family you cannot do that. So what you do, you make a village. Multiple families come together and they make a village. But ultimately at the end of the day you realize that a village cannot fulfill all your necessities, all your requirements. So what you will do, each member, or you can say every person of that particular village comes together, and they discuss and make a state. Now in state you will be able to fulfill all your necessities, and state is a platform where you can perform the reasoned action, not for your not only for your individual virtue, individual happiness, but also for the collective happiness of the whole society. That means state performs state do the activity of collective happiness, providing collective happiness to every person. That means providing virtue, providing instruments, providing ways. That means teaching people, try to make them learn different kind of virtues, and ultimately make the state happy, make the each and every person of that state happy. That means from theory of form, that means a just person of a person want to inculcate justice in his life for getting happiness. He will do reasoned action. That means he will bring justice at each and every point of time, practice it regularly, and then ultimately he will habit the justice in his life, not fully, partially. Then what happens? And after that, this is the ethical phenomena. That is, this is the individual performance of a person. But Aristotle said that a person only can gain ethical knowledge with this particular activity. That means thinking about himself. But if of every person of the state comes together on a single platform, that means a platform which is provided by state or state on a public arena, and they discuss about the things which will provide happiness to each and everybody, each and every person of the society. That means usually they do politics at the public arena. Then every person of the society will be able to live a virtuous life. That means live a happy life. So that was the total gist of Plato's theory of form and Plato's theory of state. Now we will extend it from here, and we will inculcate the theory of constitution here also. Now what happens is, let me erase it. Now what happens is, a man comes in the state. This is a person, or you can say family, and this is the state. Now every person, this is the social development of a person. That means not a single person, everyone's. That means ultimate destination of every person is state, to getting into the state, to convert into the state. Now every person comes here, they discussed about what kind of constitution should be there in the state, because there must be authority which will regulate each and everything. Basically, Aristotle defined constitution as the set of public offices, public institutions, who will decide who will rule on the society. Then people come together, uh, and they will be provided equality, proportional equality, so that they could discuss here which kind of constitution will be suitable for them, suitable for their society. Now on the basis of discussion, and Aristotle also studied almost 158 constitution. So on the basis of both analysis, he divided constitution in six parts. We will discuss about it. One is ideal form, and second one is perverted form or converted form. One is ideal form, and second one is perverted. That means changed form. Now in ideal form he talked about, let me remove it. so that you could see it easily. Now this is, let me make you an index. This is ideal form, and this is perverted form. Now he talked about monarchy, that means the rule of a single person, that means similar to philosopher king of Plato. And then perverted form will be tyranny. We will discuss about these individually. Then comes after tyranny comes oligarchy. Tyranny will change into oligarchy. Oligarchy will change into I make it wrong. Uh, Tyranny will change into aristocracy. Aristocracy, and aristocracy will change into oligarchy. Oligarchy will change into polity, and polity will change into democracy. Now, Aristotle considered that monarchy is the uh, monarchy is the ideal form of government, but this is not practicable because the whole life of Plato was depend on that particular monarchy. He always talked about philosopher king who will make Athens an ideal state, but in the view of Aristotle, that was never possible. So he talked about monarchy because monarchy is not possible because monarchy ultimately change into tyranny, which is the worst form of government according to Aristotle. Tyranny because of rule of one. That means Hitler, Mussolini, these kind of people. Now, now Aristotle never talked about perfect form of state. Perfect form of state. According to him, as we discussed in the theory of form, that means justice is inherent inside the people. Now, before that, let me tell you one more thing. That means this classification of constitution of Aristotle was based on two things. First was the number of rulers, and second one was quality of leadership, quality of rulership, whatever you say, quality of rulership. Now, quality was divided into bad and good. Okay. Now, bad and good. Now, on the basis of justice, on the basis of justice, he divided the quality of rulership into bad and good. That means the Plato and Aristotle both talked about justice, which is inherent inside the person. Justice is a virtue which is inherent inside the person in Aristotle way, but according to Plato, justice is transcendental. A person have to think about it, and then he has to inculcate inside the society. So justice was the classification point of quality of rulership, bad and good. So according to Aristotle, justice is a very important constituent for making or for having a good and ideal state, good and practicable state, you can say, because he never talked about ideal state. So you can cut it. This is not ideal. You can make a oblique and say that it's a practicable state. So, tyranny over the time changed into aristocracy. Now, how it happens? So, according to Aristotle, that justice, or you can say any kind of virtue, is immanent inside a person. If there is a tyrant person, and there are more people still doing the politics, kind of politics in the state, as people will come continuously in the public arena and they will discuss about the things. So when they think that tyrant is not doing the work for them for the work for the society, he is doing all the benefit for his own. So they will try to realize that justice which is immanent inside that person and immanent inside the people, and then it will gradually change into aristocracy. That means rule of few. More people come inside the government, they will try to rule, and aristocracy will be second most practicable form of government according to Aristotle. But it will also not sustain, because over the time the people tendency of consolidating and accumulating wealth and doing their own profit will dominate the justice inside them, not fully, partially, and it will change into oligarchy. oligarchy means rule of few rich people. That means the most rich people of the society. Let us suppose in India, Ambani, Adani, and these people are ruling the society. So this will be oligarchy. But over the time, oligarchy, what happens is oligarchy and democracy. Democracy means the poor form of government. Poor form in the sense that the government of poors. A lot of poors are fighting. A lot of poors are ruling, according to Aristotle. This is the second worst form of government after the tyranny, as Aristotle said. So oligarchy, that means rule of rich, they are working for themselves, and democracy, that means poors, rule of poor. So over the time, this rule of rich and the class of poor, the class of rulers and class of poors will fight with each other for acquiring the rulership, as happened in Athens in Peloponnesian War. We discussed about it in the theory of theory in the political philosophy of Plato. So what happens is instability will come inside the society. So what will be the practicable form? So practicable form will be polity. That means rule of middle class. Because if there is a rich class and there is a poor class, both are ruler rich class will be arrogant and poor class will be ignorant. So they will always fight with each other and instability will come inside the society. So how can we balance that instability? So for that, middle class rule will be necessary, and middle class is a form of class on which both classes can trust. So polity will be the most practicable form, though not perfect form, but the most practicable form of the government inside the society. So every form of constitution will convert in other form of constitution, and the ultimate destination, the perfect form, will not be achieved. We have to rely on the practicable form. That means polity will be the most perfect practicable form of the state, or form of the constitution. So this was the whole theory of constitution of Aristotle. Now let me revise it again. Now, we discussed that monarchy, according to Aristotle, was the best form of government, but it's not practicable, it's not achievable, because it was like Plato's philosopher king rule. That means which was not achievable. But over, because monarchy over the time will change into tyranny. Tyranny means a dictatorship rule. But as we know, these are not the perfect form of states, because these are not the ultimate destination, because justice is immanent inside the person, as we discussed in the theory of form. That means justice is inside the person, and he will always try to realize that justice, inculcate that justice inside himself. So each form of government will change into other form. That means tyranny will change into aristocracies. That means according to Aristotle, aristocracy was the second best form of the government. But over the time, aristocracy will also change into oligarchy, because there are a self-interest also present in different classes, who will always try to realize that self-interest, try to accumulate wealth, try to accumulate power, consolidate power inside them, and over the time they will become rich, and aristocracy will convert into oligarchy. But what happens when a rich class will be there? Then poor will start doing revolt against them, because rich are only performing their own self-interests. So the conflict between poor and rich will make society unstable. So what is the solution out of it? So Aristotle suggests that a polity, which is the most practicable form of government, which is the rule of middle class, should be there, because both classes, rich and poor, can trust on middle class, and middle class is a very sustainable, a subsistence class, which can sustain for a longer period of time. So by inculcating, by establishing a polity, a form of constitution, we can run the government in a golden mean path. So this was the whole theory of constitution of Aristotle. I hope you understand it. Please revise it again and again, because this is very important, and I am teaching you through the book of Brian Nelson. That is a very complicated book, and that needs time to understand the things, needs time to make the notes of it, notes out of it, make things to understand, and I am working hard for that. So please try to like it, comment it, and subscribe to my channel, because that's very important. Because if you are not liking it, YouTube will not going to promote this video. and I want it to expand in multiple folds. So please try to like and comment and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for listening. Have a very good day.